Alrighty, guys, it is time to answer your questions. So you guys all, maybe not all, maybe a good amount, have left me questions on my Discord server. If you want to ask me a question, feel free to join my Discord server in the description or podcast notes. And you can join there, go to the channel called Ask EmSwizzle, write down your question. Every Tuesday or Monday, I remind you guys to send questions. Feel free to do that, and I will answer them all on the podcast. First, so I believe we ended here with Blade Master last episode. Next, Big Boss asks, what is the best and worst Nintendo controller? So my favorite one is the Wii U gamepad. I've been using that for years, and I love it. It's the most comfortable for me. The worst one, I won't say, I'm not calling it bad when I call it the worst. But, no. I'm going to say Joy-Cons. Honestly, even the gamepad, even the Wii Remote, comfort was thought about. Nintendo had thought about comfort and how wide your hands should be. The Joy-Cons, they did not consider comfort. When you hold them horizontal or even vertical, vertical is better, but it's not the most comfortable thing in the world. So I think best gamepad, worst Joy-Cons, but Joy-Cons aren't even terrible. They're just no better than the other ones. Next, how do you say that? How do you say this name? The Gemby Boy asks, best Mario game. Best Mario game in my opinion is going to be mainline Mario game, like Mario Bros game. My answer to you would be probably I'm thinking mainline Mario Bros game. Probably New Super Mario Bros. U is probably my favorite. I would say that. I have great nostalgia with that kind of game. So, fun stuff. Next, Flame Asteroid Queen 4570 asks, choose which pill, red or blue. The blue one will give you every Pokemon, including Mew, but not Arceus. The red one will give you every powerful and rare and ultra rare Pokemon, including Arceus. So if I pick the blue one, I just get Mew. Compared to the red one, I get everything apart from Mew. I choose the red one. I choose the red pill. And then they also ask if you could choose a Pokemon who has 3 types, 4 types, or any types, what types would you choose? So my favorite 3 or 4 types, I'd go Fire, Psychic. Can you be Fire and Water? Okay, hold on. Fire, Psychic, Steel, and maybe Lightning. Those are my 4. Or is it Electric, right? It's called Electric, not Lightning. Sorry. I'm rusty, okay? I haven't played in a while, and by a while I mean 3 weeks. Anyways, next, Polito asks, do you like Dragon Ball? Not that I don't like it, but I don't watch the Dragon Ball. That's an anime, right? I don't watch it, and I've not played. There's Dragon Ball games too, right? I've not done anything Dragon Ball. My brother likes it, I believe, and I've never watched or played or whatever. I have no Dragon Ball experience, so I can't say it, but I've never tried it. I've never tried watching or playing. Next, Flame Asteroid Queen 4570 also asks, what is your favorite Pokemon, and what is the best Pokemon to own in every Pokemon game? So every Pokemon game, I can't answer that because that's too many, and I haven't played every single one of them. But I will answer, my favorite Pokemon is Stantler, the deer rather. And I can't answer best Pokemon to own in every game. That's too many, and I don't know all of them. But hopefully that's enough. And then they also ask, what is your favorite Animal Crossing game? That would be Animal Crossing New Leaf for 3DS. Much nostalgia, much fun. Next, Jenna asks, what is one game you wish you had, but it's too rare to find? I think we answered that last episode, right? It was Chibi Robo GameCube. That one, Chibi Robo for the GameCube. It's so expensive. It's so rare. Man, I want that game. Next, CS asks, for an end credit scene at the Mario movie, do you think it would be cooler to see a tease for the next Nintendo movie, or would it be cooler to see a tease for the next 3D Mario game? So, if it was going to be a tease for the next Nintendo movie, it better be a tease for a Zelda movie. Not a Mario movie 2, but a Zelda movie. Or a tease for the next 3D Mario. Yeah, I'd say a tease for the next 3D Mario game, because that's what we're waiting. Like, after the Mario movie, if you took a survey, 100 people, Family Feud style, I guarantee you all 100 are more looking forward to the next Mario game rather than the next movie. I mean, maybe there will be like 5 people who say, you know, that they're looking forward to the next movie more than the next game, but the vast majority are definitely looking forward to the next 3D Mario game. I would say so. Next, Turtle asks, what are your thoughts about Lego 2K Drive, and will you download it on Switch or PC? So, my thoughts about it, I've not watched too much. I saw a trailer, and it looks really good. It looks good. I don't think it's going to be the highest quality game in the world, but it looks better than I could have ever imagined, honestly. And then, will you download it on Switch or PC? I'll probably get it on Switch. I have PC and everything. Like, I have a PC that can run it. It's right here. But I'm just more of a Switch kind of guy. Like, I will even sacrifice graphics just to play it on the Switch. You know, you can take it everywhere. You can also own it physically. Actually, if you own it physically on the Switch, there's no game card. You have to download it. I might still even do that. I don't know. I might still even like buy the actual game box with no game card in it. We'll see. But Switch, and I think it's amazing. Next, The Rock asks, what is your favorite Super Mario game, and which one should I get? Because I'm thinking of getting 3D World. So my favorite Super Mario game, we said Mario Bros. U, which is on the Wii U. And so you're thinking of getting 3D World. That is a very, very smart choice, as you asked. You also said, is that a smart choice? It's a very smart choice. 3D World or New Super Mario Bros. U, any of the new Mario Bros. Games, perfect. I would recommend, if you're thinking of getting 3D World and you're very interested in it, definitely go for it. 3D World, it would probably be my next pick, honestly. I played that on the Wii U. If your first time playing through it is like an experience like no other, I would say get 3D World. If you love it, get the New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, or do it in the opposite order, whatever it may be. Definitely get 3D World. I recommend it. 10 out of 10. Next, Eggphone asks, should I buy a modded new 2DS XL? I wouldn't. Here's why. So, I recommend 2DS XL. I recommend it. I have one. But do not buy the modded, because one, you can do that on your own. It's very, very simple. Very, very easy. Very, very easy, really. There's guides for it. You can do that. You can do that yourself. And normally what they'll do is put a ton of games on it. I almost cussed. Put a ton of games on it. And so by them doing that, it seems very, very convenient, but they're actually charging up the price and jacking it up because of that. So I don't support piracy, which is also in all likelihood what they're doing. I don't support that. I wouldn't pay for that. Now, if you want to buy a 2DS XL, I would buy it normally, unmodded, and if you want to add any modifications, to each their own. I would do it yourself. It's very, very easy. And yeah, I just wouldn't buy a modded one because they jack up the price. Buy a normal one, buy a used one, and then do it yourself. It's kind of like paying for a service, but the service is like, it's like anybody could do it. Like 8-year-old me probably could have done it. Like, it's so easy. I won't link it, but if you search up 3DS modding guide or join the homebrew Discord server, they will all help you out. It's very simple. Next, Turtle asks, can you cover the 10-minute gameplay of Tears of the Kingdom, either on the main channel or during the Mario Matter podcast? Actually, we did both. We streamed this morning, and we covered it just a few minutes ago. But that question was asked before. It was asked yesterday, so no, I don't blame you for asking that, because when Turtle asked that question, I had made no plans to stream it or even cover it. So thank you for asking. We did it. We delivered. There we go. Next, CS asks, when the next Nintendo system comes out, what game do you think will be the big game that comes out with it on release? So let's start eliminating. It couldn't be Zelda because that game is releasing now. I don't think, unless it's a spin-off, that they'll release the new console with a new Zelda game. It's way too soon. I think that we'll get a 3D Mario game on the Switch still, so I don't think it'll be that. There was a rumor recently about that game being the next Donkey Kong game, and I gotta be honest, I think that's the move. I think that is the move, to have the next console launch with Donkey Kong. One, because that is one of the most recognizable Nintendo characters. I would argue, maybe even more than like Link and Zelda. Just because you have to realize, like, Donkey Kong was a game that was in the arcades. He's in like movies like Wreck-It Ralph. He's mentioned, his name is dropped here and there. So you have all generations knowing who that is, you know? Well, not all, but a lot. I would argue, not that it sells more, not necessarily, but like, if you have a commercial, Switch, and then you say Donkey Kong, like, people know who that is, right? So I'd say Donkey Kong is a power move. Do that for sure. Once again, I don't think it sells more than a brand new Zelda game or a brand new Mario game, but it's a big power move. I would say do it. And also, Donkey Kong games don't sell like stupid well, so bundling it or, you know, putting it out on release date would help it sell more as well. Next, Shapito asks, what was your first console you ever played / owned, and what was your favorite game on the console, including handheld? So the first console that I ever played was the GameCube. My family owned a GameCube back in, it was a little bit late. It was like 2004 or so, 2004. Not like late, but like it wasn't right when it came out. My dad bought it for us for Christmas. I wasn't even alive. My brother and sister, who are older than me, they had it when I was born into the world. I was playing it, and at that point, when I was born, the Wii was out, so or it was just about out. So I was a bit one generation behind. I was playing the GameCube. My first game was, in all likelihood, I actually asked my siblings, and they said it was very, very likely Shrek 2 on the GameCube, because my family would play that. My mom, sister, brother, everybody would play it. Shrek 2 on the GameCube was like our family's game. Not that it's only my family. Like, people play that game, but it's like, if we had a go-to family game, that was it. We should actually replay that. I'm gonna actually ask around after this and see if we can see if we can replay it as a family. Shrek 2 was the first game. So that's my favorite game on that console. Shrek. Well, my favorite GameCube game is Animal Crossing, but like, that's the one that I think about the most when I think of like early on GameCube days. And then the first one that I like personally owned, like, I bought my Switch. I didn't buy the Wii U. That was a family thing. I bought my 2DS XL. The first console that I actually owned was a DSi. I didn't buy that. My parents did, because I was like 4, 5, 6. First one that I owned was a DSi. It's actually over there. Still works. Apart from scratches, still works fully. And the first one that I bought, my own money, with GameStop trading credit, was a Nintendo 3DS. It was red, the 3DS XL. It was red. I since sold it to upgrade to the 2DS XL. I kind of regret doing that, because it'd be cool to still have like multiple 3DSs, but it didn't make any sense at that time, so I sold it. And I don't really mind, though. I mean, I have the 2DS XL, which is much better, so that's that. Next, Ivudi asks, what's your favorite song from Zelda? Man, I think it's probably the one that was used in the 2017 Zelda presentation trailer. I don't know if it has a name, but if you Google or go on YouTube, Nintendo Switch presentation 2017, Breath of the Wild. There will be a trailer, and in that trailer, there is a song that plays. It starts off slow, then gets intense. I love that song so much. Next, Abraham asks, what 3DS consoles do you own, and what was your first 3DS? So we actually just answered that somehow, some way. So my first 3DS was a red 3DS XL. I didn't have the original. I went straight for the XL. After that, I had sold it, and what actually ended up happening, so I thought I lost it. That year, that Christmas, I got a black 3DS XL. 2 months after getting that black 3DS XL for Christmas, that February, I mean, like, you know, two months later, that February, I found the red 3DS XL. It was in my backpack from like a trip, in like a very, very weird pocket. So I found it in there, sold the red one because the black one already had all my data on it, then sold that for the 2DS XL, actually. I sold that for the 2DS XL, got it that way, and yeah. So with that, I own the 2DS XL, so that's one. And then recently, like a month ago or two, I bought a green 2DS. I wanted to own a second console in the 3DS family, and I've always wanted to own a 2DS because of how different it is and how comfortable people say it is. So I got that, and I have been enjoying it so far. I might need to actually replace the battery on it because it's very, very poor. But other than that, it's got a few scratches, but when you're actually playing a game, you can't even notice, so I don't mind. And yeah, good overall. It's very, very good. So two consoles I own in the 3DS family. Next, Cactus Lord Gaming asks, what's your favorite 3D Mario? Favorite 3D Mario must be Super Mario 3D World. That one I love the most. And I don't know, it's just so amazing. Nostalgia definitely plays a big part. And the fact that it was just really, really different from like the traditional Mario Bros. Games, perfect. Next, Gato and Lavar, but in English, asks, what has motivated you to get to 31 episodes? Really, what has motivated me? This is like it's a real pleasure. It's a real privilege that I can come on here and talk about my favorite things. And there's a lot of people who actually care and listen. And I'm so appreciative for that. And I'm so thankful that people like actually want to turn on my video and like listen to what I have to say about a company that I've been following since I was basically born. You know, I'm just so thankful that I can do that. And I know that not everyone can do that. So I want to come on here and use that privilege, I guess. You know, I want to come on here and like take advantage of it because I know not everyone can do that. But I mean, if you want to start a podcast, start a channel, like, please go for it. It's so like, I shouldn't be where I'm at, you know. I shouldn't be where I'm at. But if you just dedicate yourself for a while, you can do big things. You can be bigger than, I don't know, Mr. Beast, you know. It just takes time. But what has motivated me? I mean, coming on here, talking about my favorite things. Like, I love doing this. I love talking about it all. In terms of like I don't feel like doing the podcast. In terms of that, really just knowing like if I don't have an episode out on Wednesday, people are upset. And if I was coming home in second grade from school, and there was supposed to be a new Austin and Ally episode on Disney Disney Channel, and then it didn't happen, I'd be upset. You know, like what the heck? So, assuming that there's people who actually look forward to the podcast, I don't want to let anybody down. That would like leave a pit in my heart, and that would like make me not feel good for that day. So it's like I'm getting up, I'm doing it, and I'm getting it done, posting it Wednesday at 4 p.m. or so. Just I don't want to let anybody down. I enjoy doing it, and my mind is kind of like a workhorse mentality. Guys, I haven't stopped working. I don't want to talk about how hard I work. That's like the last thing that I want to do. I've not caught a break since. Maybe I caught a break this evening as I'm recording this. Maybe I'll get one this evening. But like, I've not gotten a break since Monday morning. Monday morning, I had the. What did I even do? Gosh, hold on. What did I do? What did I? Oh, okay. I was planning the eShop video. Went to the gym. 4 videos. Recorded 4 videos. Recorded the 5th video. The eShop video. edited that, put it out, thumbnail for that video, thumbnail for the stream the next day, done. I had no time that day. I went to bed right after. This morning, stream, this 3 shorts. I have yet to even record my 4 shorts. And then after that, I should get a break. Thank gosh. Oh, and then podcast, edit the podcast. I need to relax after. Okay, I need to relax later. But just I have like a mind, and like I'm not complaining. Like I have a mindset where like this is so like I need to be working. If I go a day without working, I don't feel right. I feel terrible. I feel like so off. Like it's so bad. So yeah, really that. Next, Zandy asks, take us through the process of recording one of your shorts. I actually do this. If you become a channel member for, I believe it's $1.99 a month, you can have access to a bunch of my recording sessions for shorts and like my raw and uncut experience. It's like not even cut. I put my phone right in front of me and I don't cut it. You see my mistakes, my voice cracks, my retakes, all that kind of stuff. I don't mean to put it behind a paywall, but it's just part of the channel member perks. And yeah, $1.99 a month. There's a link in the description to be a channel member. And you also get shout-outs at the end of the podcast, all that kind of stuff. Shout-outs, emojis, a badge next to your name, Discord channel roles, all that kind of stuff. It's great. It's great. Next, Bobo Blast asks, what was the best Game Boy game in your opinion? And did you grow up with Game Boys? So, did I grow up with Game Boys? I did not. So obviously I was born, I won't say when, but I was born in like the Game Boy Advance era. And it was out and it was new and you could buy them like at Toys R Us when I was alive. But I never owned a Game Boy until like a year ago. Like not even a Game Boy Advance, not like a retro Game Boy. Never owned a Game Boy until like a year ago. I did like essentially grow up. I mean, I was born in the same era, but I never actually owned one. And then the best Game Boy game, in my opinion, I've not played a whole lot of them. But out of the few that I've played, I really like Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. I like that game a lot. It's hard to say like the best one. I like Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. I remember playing that game. I like that one a lot. I can't think of any others. In terms of like third party though, The Nightmare Before Christmas is also a really, really good one. So yeah, those two are really good. Next, Icy Tiger asks, what do you think so far on The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom? I think it looks amazing. I think that I'm not sure what I expected to see in the trailer today, but like it's not, put it this way, it's not worse than Breath of the Wild, therefore it's a step in the right direction. I think it looks great, it's going to be great, and I'm excited to try all of the new features in the game. Next, Icy Tiger also asks, do you want a Super Mario Odyssey? I assume that you mean an Odyssey 2. I would love Mario Odyssey 2. I would buy that in a heartbeat. I would review it on the Mario Matter. I would need a Mario Odyssey 2 to wake up tomorrow. So, Nintendo, you better announce it today. I'm just kidding. Next, that diehard Mario fan asks, what do you want to see in Tomodachi Life if we get a Tomodachi Life sequel or a remake? What do I want to see? So, what I would like is another very, very great soundtrack. Tomodachi Life had such a good soundtrack in literally every single aspect of the game, whether it be you're out looking at the whole map of the island, whether you're shopping, you're in an apartment, whatever it was, goated soundtrack. Apart from that, maybe just more fun for you. Like, Tomodachi Life is very fun, but what I mean is, like, what you're doing is you're watching over all of these characters in this town. What I would like to happen is, like, like a bunch of mini games that involve you, that involve me's. Like imagine like me mini games in Tomodachi, like almost like Wii party games, but in Tomodachi Life. Because as I said, like you're just watching all the fun happen. You are not partaking in the fun. You're just watching all of it. So if we could interact more, that'd be awesome. But yeah, hopefully we do get a Tomodachi Life remake or sequel or port or whatever. Next, the Soda Boy asks, do you think Nintendo's next console would be next gen or just kind of a sequel to the Switch? So like next piece of hardware, or no, next console, sequel to the Switch, so like a Switch 2, or a next gen, like brand new, totally new. I saw a leak from Jeff Grubb saying that it would be next gen, or that he's hearing it'll be next gen, but that isn't me. That's not my thoughts. My thoughts, what do I think? I believe it's going to be a Switch 2, just because Switches are selling like crazy. 100 million units plus. I think it'll be a Switch 2, but the thing is, Nintendo knows. Actually, no. I say it'll be next gen, and here's why. Because I just thought about it. I thought it'd be a Switch 2, but thinking about it, here's what. I know Nintendo has said they don't want to go down the same path as they went down with the Wii U, from the Wii to the Wii U. When the Wii U came out, I think even if there was no confusion with what the gamepad was, I don't think it sells any better than the Wii sold, just because people have already seen it before. It's like, not everybody who had a Wii in their home cared to upgrade. It's kind of like, not exactly. Definitely not exactly. But it's kind of like if you had the first ever iPad created, and then like the next upgrade after that was the iPad Pro. It's like, not everybody is going to upgrade to the next generation. I don't think it's going to sell more. If the Wii U had no confusion, no name problem, I don't think it sells more than the Wii did. Because it's essentially nearly the same thing. Whereas if it's an entirely brand new console, everybody and their grandma wants it. Like everybody and their grandma. Literally everybody. Now, you can argue that with the PlayStation, they can do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and it'll still sell. But I don't think it works that way with Nintendo, because when has it ever? The Game Boy sold more copies than the Game Boy Advance. The SNES sold less copies than the NES. The original always beats the sequel. So I think it'll be next gen. I do. Unless it's like a Switch Pro, which I wouldn't call the next console. Like the next real console, I think will be next gen and totally different. Next, Zandy asks, can you mess around with Chat GPT in this pod? I've never actually used Chat GPT. I don't know what the whole hype is, but I can't probably, because like how am I gonna like show that? I don't know. I can't use Chat GPT in the podcast, but I've never even like messed around. So it's like an AI that like talks to you. I don't know. I should ask it what EmSwizzle is. Next, Shapito asks, what game/console do you think changed gaming? Game/console. I think it would be a console. I think it's you know what? I think it might be the Xbox 360. That's really the first time that we've ever seen Kinect, or obviously, but like the first time that we've ever seen like somebody be the controller, and like motion controls and like all that kind of interactive stuff. I think the Xbox 360, maybe not like if I could choose one, but that is one of the consoles that changed gaming for sure. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe I am wrong, and I could very well be wrong, that released before the PS3 and the Wii, and did Sony or Nintendo like take inspiration from like the motion from the motion controls, or like was everybody on board with making motion controls? Like everyone's next gen console was going to have motion in it. I don't know, but seeing that Xbox 360 trailer with the kid playing the skateboard game was like insanely revolutionary. I wasn't like alive to see it, but looking back at it was insane. Like seeing that in the early 2000s. Wait, was it early? Yeah. Early 2000s. Insane. I think that changed it for sure. Next, Avery Bonner asks, how do I send my Joy-Cons to Nintendo? How you do that? So what I did was when I had my Joy-Cons that needed repaired, I Googled Nintendo Joy-Con repair. Typically, it's the first or second link. Don't click on the ad links unless the ad is from the official Nintendo site. Go to the official site. There should be a repair form to fill out. You choose how many Joy-Cons, what color Joy-Con, all that kind of stuff. They send you a shipping label. You send it off to Nintendo. They have it back to you within a few weeks. Now, if you have a special edition Joy-Con, do not send it to them. Do not. I have come to the conclusion that if my special edition Joy-Cons ever break, I'm displaying them, and they're on display, not for use because they're obviously broken. The reason why is because they will not send you that special edition back in most cases. Now, I mean special edition as in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Joy-Cons, as in Splatoon Joy-Cons, as in Animal Crossing Joy-Cons. Send in your Splatoon 2 pink and green Joy-Con. Like, for example, if you can see the video version of the podcast, these are fine. Different colors are fine, but not like special edition ones that came with the console. Do not send those, because you will likely not get them back. So, yeah, don't send those. But, yeah, on the site, they have a repair form. They don't advertise it very well because they don't want that to be known because they're losing money. But, there's that. Next, TJ asks, and finally, TJ asks, what game would you like to replay to this day? There's a few. Shrek 2. Maybe. What's a good 3DS game? 3DS. No. Man, Skyward Sword. I would play that again. Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword. And I'll give you one more. Switch games. Maybe. Man, sorry, I can't think of very many because I'm like so focused on. I'm focused on completing my entire backlog. I haven't even like thought about replaying games. I give you those two, and I give you. Can I look at my games very fast? Oh, that's a good one. Captain Toad. Give me that all day. Captain Toad. Give me that. I would replay that in a heartbeat. After my backlog, that is one of the ones that I would like to replay. So.